What's up, guys? It's your boy Big J coming back at you from Lizard Juice, and you may have already seen it. I did episode 1 or volume 1 of Why Your Tank Leaks. Well, welcome to episode 2. Got a couple more ideas as to why your tank might be leaking. So, without further ado, here we go. Number 1, your coil could be shot. It's done, it's dead, it's ready to be changed. Okay? After you heat cotton up so many times, it just starts to break down. It loses its wicking abilities, and it just runs through. You know, the juice will just run through like a sieve. It really will. The coil ends up getting, or the cotton in there actually ends up getting like burnt, and it's just not, it's not fun. If you want to know when to change your coil, pull it out and look at it. If it's jet black and just gunky, goopy, you get like a burnt popcorn or burnt metallic taste in your mouth, throw it out and get a new one. Chances are, once you get that one, lubed up really well and put in there, man, it's going to be a world of difference, and the leaking will probably go away. 2, change in barometric pressure. Oh, that's right, I'm going scientific with this bitch. Alright, so, change in barometric pressure. I had this happen. Got on a plane. Had my vape back before they got super stupid about it. Had it in my pocket. As we took off, you know, your ears pop. That's the change in barometric pressure. Well, yeah, it changed inside my tank too. Blech. All over my pocket. I ended up looking like I pissed myself. That was fun. So yeah, barometric pressure. You know, if I fill it somewhere where there's low pressure, and I drive through the mountains. Blech. All right. Nothing saying that when you get into the mountains, open it up, dump everything out if it isn't already gone, and fill it while you're there, and the pressure will equalize. Now you might say, well, in a plane, you know, they equalize. You know, they have the cabin pressure. True. They do have a cabin pressure. It's a livable cabin pressure. If you think it's the same pressure as when you're standing on Earth, think about that. Okay, they pressurize the cabin enough to where you can live, basically. Yeah, so even with that change, trust me, that's why your ears pop. I'm telling you. Even same thing in the mountains, all that good stuff. So pay attention to barometric pressure. Now I'm learning you something. The tank might not be assembled correctly. All right, when you first get it, bust it out of the box, fill it up, you're like, yeah, I'm going to vape the crap out of this thing. And it just leaks everywhere. This goes back to when I said in episode 1 about everything being, what did I call it? Mass-produced. Sorry. Jeez. So this tank is mass-produced. All right? When it gets put together, it might get put together by hand. It might not. You know, depending on where it goes. If it's machines, yeah, the machines will tighten everything down, but machines don't care. If something's cross-threaded, it just bzz and goes. If it's hand done, still, they throw things together, boom, here you go. Boom, here you go. Prime example, go to Walmart, buy a bike off the rack that they assembled, and tell me you're comfortable riding that bike. I'm not. So it's the same thing. Once you get something, you know, you get a new tank, take it apart. All right, get on YouTube, watch some videos. Tear it apart, put it all back together correctly. Chances are it probably won't leak anymore. Last but not least, oh, nope, I'm sorry, I've got 2 more. On your coil and on your tank, there are seals. All right, there's little rubber seals everywhere on these things. Okay, that's how they keep the liquid inside. There's also a good reason why your tanks come with extra seals. They don't last forever. All right? If your favorite tank of 6-8 months all of a sudden decides it wants to spring a leak, chances are it's not mad at you. Chances you've probably lost a seal, or the seal's ripped, damaged, something along those lines. All right? Once a month, I like to look at whatever I've been vaping. I'll take it apart and I check all the seals. Like I said, most of these tanks come with extra baggies of seals anyway. Never hurts to replace them. They're there for a reason. So, like I said, your favorite tank all of a sudden springs a leak, check the seals. That's also saying it might have come from the factory with a busted seal too. I've had that happen. I've had plenty of stuff come where I'm like, wow, that O-ring is shot. throw it out and replace it. Same thing with your coil. All right, if you've been using the same thing over and over and over again for a while, you should know what your coil looks like. If it's missing the little O-ring in there, or the O-ring's ripped, or it's not sitting in the right place, fix it if you can. If you can't, well, maybe you can take it back to your shop. Maybe you can't. I don't know. Most shops have once a coil leaves, it doesn't come back. But, if you're cool with them and they know you buy a lot of stuff, if you can show them, hey, the O-ring's missing, they might hook you up. I don't know. So, now, last but not least, if you're leaking, maybe your glass is cracked. All right, not so much on a tank like this where I can clearly see the glass all the way around. I'm talking something like an all-in-one device, like your Joytech AIOs, maybe your new Nautiluses, stuff like that where it kind of has a case, the Cleto XO, it kind of has like a casing around it. If you drop it, you might pick it up and go, oh, it looks fine. Well, you never know. There could be a crack, back behind that case somewhere, and they're really, really hard to find sometimes. I mean, a hairline crack sucks, especially on like an all-in-one device, because then you just got to throw it out. It's done. There is no fixing it. There is no replacing it. It's just done. But yeah, I mean, always check your stuff, especially after you drop it. Always try and check it. If you can, take like a flashlight, and I mean, really, if it springs a leak, take your flashlight and really check, because, it's tough to see. They are tough to see. You'll have to look from the inside. That sucks. You can run your finger in there very gently, so if you do have a jagged crack, you don't want to cut your finger, but you can run your finger around in there. You might be able to feel it. You might not. Always check like the top and the bottom, because that's where they like to do like little spider webs. Normally at the tops and bottoms. So, there you go, guys. That's between episode 1 and episode 2. That's 10 reasons why your tank leaks or might be leaking. So, if you exhaust all those options, it's probably just a leaky tank. The only other thing I can think of to throw in there is sometimes manufacturers do just make a crap coil. Like, their coil design is just horrible. Okay, so if it's, beware of new tanks when they come out with a brand new coil design. It might leak. You never know how much they actually test it, so it might leak. I'd say stick to the tried and true. So, until next time, it's your boy Big J for Lizard Juice, and hopefully your tank doesn't leak anymore. See ya.